Good evening, fellow travelers of the night. Welcome back to the Quiet Hour, that space where we sit with the consequences of our rage before it is too late to take it back. I'm here with you tonight, whether you're lying awake regretting something you said in anger, driving through darkness replaying a moment you can't undo, or simply exhausted from carrying the weight of words you wish you could unsay. If this is your first time finding us in the quiet, welcome. This is where we talk about the damage we do when we let fury blind us. If tonight's story stops you before you destroy something you can't get back, subscribe and stay with us as we learn to pause before we strike. Tonight, I want to tell you about Michael, a moment of rage in a hospital parking lot, and the truth he discovered too late about what he'd destroyed. Michael was 41, a software engineer in Seattle, going through a brutal divorce. His wife Sarah had filed papers 6 months ago, and the custody battle over their 8-year-old daughter Emma was tearing him apart. He was angry at Sarah, at the lawyers, at the judge, at himself, at the whole system that seemed designed to keep him from his daughter. One Tuesday evening, after another devastating mediation session, Michael sat in his car in the parking garage, hands shaking with rage. His phone buzzed. A text from Sarah. Emma's running a fever. Taking her to urgent care. Thought you should know. Michael stared at that text, and something in him snapped. Here it was again, Sarah making unilateral decisions about his daughter. Not asking him to come. Not inviting him to be there. Just informing him like he was some distant relative instead of Emma's father. His fingers flew across the screen. Of course you didn't ask if I wanted to be there. You never do. This is exactly why Emma needs to live with me. You're poisoning her against me and using her illness to play victim. I'm documenting everything. He hit send before his rational mind could catch up. Within seconds, his phone rang. Sarah. He let it go to voicemail. It rang again and again. He ignored it, savoring his anger, feeding it, letting it fill the hollow space where his heart used to be. The texts started coming. Michael, please. This isn't about that. Please call me. It's important. He turned off his phone. Let her sit with it. Let her feel what it's like to be shut out. He drove home, anger giving him a bitter energy. He ordered takeout, watched TV, went to bed still righteously furious. He'd finally told her the truth. Finally stood up for himself. Good. The next morning, he turned on his phone. 17 missed calls, 12 voicemails, 23 texts. His chest tightened. The first voicemail, Sarah's voice shaking. Michael, Emma keeps asking for you. She's scared. Please come. The second, we're at Seattle Children's. Her fever spiked to 104. Please, Michael. The third, her voice breaking. They're doing a spinal tap. She has meningitis. She needs you. I need you, Doc, please. Michael's phone fell from his hand. He drove to the hospital in a blur, rage replaced by pure terror. He found Sarah in the pediatric ICU waiting room, eyes red and swollen, exhausted beyond measure. Where were you? She whispered, not angry, just broken. She kept crying for you, asking where Daddy was. Michael couldn't speak, couldn't explain that he'd silenced her calls because he was too angry to listen, too righteous to pause, too blinded by his own fury to consider that maybe, just maybe, this wasn't about their divorce at all. Emma survived. 3 days in ICU, a week in the hospital, but she survived. And Michael sat by her bedside every moment, watching her sleep, knowing that his daughter had been terrified and calling for him while he'd been nursing his anger, like it was more important than her need. The day they brought Emma home, Sarah said something that broke him completely. I wasn't trying to shut you out that night. Michael, I was trying to protect you. Emma was so scared, and I knew if you came to urgent care and saw her that way, you'd be devastated. I was going to call you when we had answers, when I could tell you she'd be okay. But then she got worse so fast and you wouldn't answer. Michael understood then what he'd done. Sarah hadn't been excluding him. She'd been trying to shield him from the terror she was about to face. And he'd interpreted kindness as control. He turned protection into persecution. His anger had blinded him to the truth. The person he thought was attacking him had been trying to save him from pain, and by the time he understood, his daughter had suffered through her darkest night without him. Friends, Wise man said something that should be carved into all our hearts. You will not be punished. For your anger, you will be punished by your anger. Michael wasn't punished for being angry. He was punished by it. His anger cost him the chance to be there when his daughter needed him most. It turned a moment of grace into a moment of absence. It made him the villain in a story where he was actually being protected. How many times have we done this? How many times have we been so certain of someone else's bad intentions that we've missed their actual kindness? How many relationships have we damaged, not because the other person wronged us, but because our anger convinced us they had? The most dangerous thing about rage is that it comes with its own narrative. It tells you stories that feel true. It shows you villains where there might be people just trying their best. It turns offers of help into acts of war, and by the time the anger clears and you see the truth, you've already struck the blow. You've already killed the thing that was trying to save you. That's our sobering truth for tonight here on the Quiet Hour. Right now, who are you angry at? And are you absolutely certain you're seeing them clearly? Or is your rage writing a story that isn't true? Share below. And if you're new here, subscribe as we keep learning to pause before we destroy what we can't rebuild. Until tomorrow night, remember, a moment of patience in a moment of anger saves 1,000 moments of regret. Before you strike, before you send that text, before you say those words, pause. Just pause. The thing you're about to destroy might be trying to save you. Sleep well, drive safely, and tomorrow choose patience over poison. Good night, friends.